Welcome to the R&D-based researcher role. The R&D-based process allows research teams to document their development process using the scientific method. As a result, it meets international requirements to claim grants, patents, and tax credits where applicable. This process involves three key steps. The first is defining objectives beyond prior art or standard practice for the industry in question. Next, we identify related gaps in this knowledge or uncertainties. And finally, we correlate any related activities, including the results and conclusions. We can begin by logging in at rdbase.ca for Canada, .us and USA, or .net for international claims. Next, we select the parameters and level of detail to view, including date ranges and language. We can then select existing projects or create new ones. Select any project from the list to view the detail. Researchers can edit specific sections directly or run the project wizard, which will walk them through the process. The detail view allows users to view the project list and a specific project at the same time. Now let's run the project wizard. Start the project wizard by naming and numbering the project. We suggest numbering to be defined by the year started. For instance, 1101 was the first project started during 2011. Next, we want to quantify objectives versus prior performance where possible, and provide a brief description. Now we want to list any sources reviewed to define existing methods which could be used to either A, achieve the objectives, or B, form hypotheses for experimentation. Technological uncertainties are then created where the methods to achieve objectives are not clearly determinable based on prior art. We then want to define the variables which we could experiment with in order to achieve the objectives. These represent the related hypothesis and involve professional judgment of the research teams to identify and rank. At this stage, the data can now be used to apply for research grants. Once the team has agreed on the key variables, it's now just a matter of briefly tracking any related work. They can add activities which are allocated to specific years. New activities require a name, correlation to an uncertainty group, if more than one, and a fiscal year or tax year to correlate any related work or costs. Let's look at the activity named Final Testing, which occurs during the 2013 fiscal year. Once the activity is named, we can choose to record details at either A, regular log intervals, or B, once a year. The year-end summary page can then be used to either directly summarize all work for the year or import details from the activity research logs. The goal in either case is to describe the number of alternatives examined and the methods used in order to justify the cost claim for the grant or tax credit applications. Users have the option to log activity details at any desired interval instead of at just year-end. In this case, we're documenting the logs quarterly. We can then choose the most significant logs at year-end to transfer to the year-end summary. We then have the opportunity to add any new results or conclusions on any key variables, as well as uploading key evidence for each log period. Finally, we can allocate employee hours and other costs used during the log period. Each employee has the option to describe his or her work and allocate time to different provinces, states, or countries as required. We found that the most effective systems include willing contributions from all levels of investigators to identify and rank the most significant technology problems and uncertainties. If this is done as early as possible, it will provide the structure for both conciseness and brevity by focusing our documentation efforts on the most significant technical issues. R&D Base can then be accessed by mobile devices so researchers can document their work quickly and easily at their convenience. We welcome your questions and feedback and encourage you to learn more.